Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, WarPath fan. Welcome back to the channel. We're just going to be going over a couple of the strategies that I used to defeat the campaign. To be honest, there really is only two strategies. So this may be a bit of an oversimplification, but I've kind of broken down the units into rock, paper, scissors. There are variations, but for the most part, tanks are rock, your little ground soldiers are paper, and your rockets, the long-range rockets, would be your scissors. Now the Hauser is kind of in a category all its own. It would be a glass cannon unit. Anything it touches, it destroys, at least in my experience. The only thing is that anything that touches it will destroy it. So let's go over the first method. The first method is we have some tanks up there, so we're going to throw our paper. Now paper is only effective if it's bunkered up. I'm not saying it's horrible unbunkered, but you're going to lose a lot more troops than you would without it being bunkered. That is a pretty effective way of getting the job done. Now, the second strategy is if you approach a group of units that's way too powerful for you, which we're going to have to get down to the third. So we can select all our units to move as one, but we need to remember that our tank unit, which is not a tank, that is an RPG term, but the unit that is going to tank the damage needs to be up first. So get them at least 2 spots up, and then you can move everything up forward. Make sure we bunker up our paper. Bunker the paper. And so far, so good. You may want to move your Hauser or whatever long-range units you have up closer, because if you notice, they did not get a shot off that time. I don't think we're going to be able to beat this one in time, but that is okay. This second strategy is pulling a group of units to your units. That would be a way to not have to take everything on at once. And we take out these first 3. And if we have time, we'll take out the remainder. But this is just a way to help mitigate some of the damage. If we were to attack all 8 units at once, it could be too much for us to handle. Let's see if we can beat it in time. We're just gonna go for broke. Go, go, go. That's gonna be real close though. Only 30 seconds remaining. And see, our tanks cannot take that damage as well as our ground troops. Now this was going to be the third guide, so I have to keep in mind that they're going to be way out of order. The first guide is going to go over all the basic information, and then the second guide is going to go over how we use all of that information. But so those are the 2 strategies that have got us here so far. We were able to beat all of Chapter 6. You can use paper on paper, ground troops against ground troops. The reason being is their ground troops aren't going to bunker up. But yeah, the second video will go over how we implement all that knowledge. I thank you all for watching. I hope these strategies help you out. They have worked very well for me. I was able to beat the Chapter 6 with only level 60 units. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it felt like it was a good accomplishment because it was very difficult at the time. Smash that like button. Have a great day.